Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever. Will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese recently expressed confusion to reporters about why only Caitlin Clark's games are being moved to the United Center, questioning the Chicago Sky's decision to upgrade venues solely for the Indiana Fever's visits. The reason might not sit well with her, but sometimes the truth can be hard to hear.
Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky games have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
When a phenom enters the league and forces teams to change venues because 10,000 seats aren't enough, that's more than just star power. It's economic reality. The Indiana Fever set a record last season with nearly 341,000 fans at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, while Angel Reese's Chicago Sky didn't come close. Yet, she seems to believe they're equally driving the game's growth. The numbers, ticket sales, and receipts tell a different story, one that has Angel absolutely furious over this arena situation.
So it looks like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
Did you notice how quickly the Chicago Sky announced they are moving only the Indiana Fever games to the United Center? Let's break down what that really means. The Sky just made a major announcement that has the WNBA world buzzing. They are relocating two specific games in the 2025 season to the legendary United Center. And guess which games? Both matchups against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a random venue change. It's a statement that speaks volumes.
When Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, "Let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait." The Angel Reese effect, no. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
What makes this decision so intriguing is the timing. Throughout the entire 2024 season, the Sky played at the modest 10,000-seat Wintrust Arena, including every game featuring their own rookie, Angel Reese. Not once did the organization feel the need to move to a larger venue, not even at the peak of Angel's rookie season when she was supposedly attracting massive crowds.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move two of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player. It's because of her too.
Now, suddenly, with Caitlin Clark coming to town, Sky President Adam Fox is talking about rewarding fans' passion and dedication. His exact words, "Chicago Sky fans have consistently shown up for the team in the city, and we want to reward their passion and dedication by bringing this excitement to an expanded capacity." But wait, if this is really about rewarding loyal Sky fans, why only for these two specific games? What makes these matchups so different from all the others?
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000-seat arena.
The numbers reveal a truth few want to say out loud. The United Center holds nearly 21,000 fans for basketball, more than double the capacity of Wintrust Arena. This isn't just a venue change. It's a business decision that underscores an undeniable reality about star power in the WNBA.
This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark have.
And Chicago isn't the only team making this move. Look around the league. The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun have all relocated their games against the Fever to larger venues. See the pattern? These teams aren't randomly upgrading games. They are specifically making room for matchups featuring Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue.
The social media reaction says it all. Many fans are frustrated that only games featuring Caitlin Clark are being moved to bigger venues, implying that Angel Reese's drawing power isn't seen as significant enough to justify the same treatment. Some have been especially vocal about this perceived disparity, arguing that if Reese were truly as popular as Clark, more of her games would be relocated to larger arenas as well.
My goodness. America's team versus a team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me, too. Barbie night? Which one is Barbie night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
What makes this situation especially awkward is how it directly contradicts the narrative Angel Reese pushed throughout last season. She repeatedly positioned herself as an equal draw to Caitlin Clark, insisting that fans were tuning into women's basketball because of her, too. But actions speak louder than words, and the Sky's decision to move only Clark's games to the United Center sends a clear message about who's truly filling seats.
Will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The games on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change. But they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. You know, more than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, I mean, this is a duh for so many reasons.
The real question isn't just why these games are being moved. It's why only these games are being moved. If one of the Sky's own stars claims to be such a massive draw, wouldn't every home game deserve the United Center treatment? If Angel Reese truly brought the same audience, the decision wouldn't be this one-sided.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
While Angel Reese has been vocal about being equally responsible for the WNBA's growth, the Turnstiles have been telling a different story. Now, it's time to see if the numbers support her bold claims or reveal a completely different reality.
They will say this is because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese, because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want it, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that if you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin, because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all, bro.
If Angel Reese truly had the same star power, wouldn't the Sky be moving all their home games to the United Center? Wouldn't every matchup featuring her be a guaranteed sellout? Logic suggests that would be the case if her claims reflected reality.
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative? Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United Center.
Last season's numbers paint a crystal clear picture. The Indiana Fever shattered the WNBA's single-season home attendance record, drawing over 341,000 fans in 2024, an astonishing 36% increase over the previous record set by the New York Liberty back in 2001. This wasn't just incremental growth. It was a seismic shift in how many people were willing to pay to watch women's basketball.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend!
The real eye-opener comes when you compare the biggest crowds. The Fever broke the 20,000 attendance mark 3 times during their 2024 season. The Sky, despite having Angel Reese on their roster, didn't do it once. In fact, Chicago's all-time attendance record wasn't even set during Angel's rookie season. It dates back to 2016, when over 16,000 fans watched them lose to the LA Sparks. That was when Angel was still in high school, years before she even stepped onto a college court.
Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena because she is box office and it is going to be big money. Big, not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well until it's dry.
The disparity becomes even clearer when looking at head-to-head matchups. When Clark and Reese faced off last season, ticket prices didn't just rise, they skyrocketed, with some seats reselling for thousands as fans scrambled to witness the rivalry in person. But games featuring just Reese, without the Clark factor, didn't generate nearly the same demand or urgency in the secondary market. In fact, Sky home games next season are still available at bargain bin prices, while Fever home games have been sold out for months.
There's a very thin line between hate and facts, and what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means...
Even more revealing are the attendance numbers. Angel Reese's games averaged around 9,000 fans last season, roughly half of the Indiana Fever's 17,000 average. The WNBA saw attendance double when Clark was on the court, and the Fever drew 36% more fans on the road than any other team in the league. Even the WNBA itself acknowledged that over a quarter of last season's revenue was directly tied to Caitlin Clark. That's not just star power, that's league-altering, venue-changing influence. And no matter how often someone claims to be driving the sport's newfound popularity, the numbers tell a different story.
Yeah, let me tell you about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that it's amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name, is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next 5 years without her.
This isn't about downplaying Angel's talent or impact. She has her own following. But when someone positions themselves as an equal draw to a player who is clearly bringing in twice the audience, the numbers speak for themselves. It's an undeniable reality check. There's a big difference between saying you're bringing fans to the arena and actually filling those seats.
Again, as of right now, to my knowledge, what I've seen, no other Angel Reese games have been moved due to potential attendance for said game. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm not sure if you're allowed to. I've been told, Angel Reese told us it was because of her too. They're coming because of me. Are they? Are they really?
The Sky aren't showing favoritism. They're making a business decision. When one player consistently attracts thousands more fans than another, the choice of venue becomes obvious. At the end of the day, basketball franchises are businesses, and businesses follow the money. Right now, the money is following Caitlin Clark in numbers too big to ignore or dismiss with confident press conference sound bites.
I don't see other teams doing this for other players. They're doing it for Caitlin Clark because they know Caitlin Clark is bringing the bacon. She's bringing the bacon, but this is great.
That money trail isn't just leading to Chicago's United Center. It's reshaping the entire WNBA landscape. What first seemed like an isolated business move by the Sky has quickly proven to be part of a league-wide shift driven by one player's drawing power. Teams aren't upgrading venues out of generosity. They are reacting to an economic force too big to ignore.
The CC hype is real. Is this the Caitlin or Angel effect? Stop it. Caitlin Clark effect. GOAT. Let's go see what the Fever fans got to say. I mean, seriously, the Angel Reese effect. Sarcasm. Every venue CC plays in, the Caitlin Clark effect.
The domino effect is spreading faster than anyone expected. The Washington Mystics didn't just stick with their usual arena for Fever matchups. They moved to Baltimore's CFG Bank Arena, which holds nearly 15,000 fans. The Connecticut Sun, they are swapping their home court for the legendary TD Garden in Boston, where the Celtics play. This isn't a coincidence. It's a strategic response to unprecedented demand. What makes it even more fascinating? Caitlin Clark saw it coming. Nearly a year ago, after one of her games, she casually predicted this very venue revolution.
I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade. But we're excited.
No complaints, no demands. Just a simple observation about what could help grow women's basketball. Fast forward, and that casual remark has become reality in multiple cities. The financial impact is staggering. Those United Center games aren't just about prestige. They are projected to generate an additional $4 million in revenue compared to staying at Wintrust. For a league that has long struggled with profitability, that's not pocket change. $4 million from just 2 games. Let that sink in.
Remember, the Washington Mystics also moved 2 of their games yesterday, too. I wonder if those were Angel Reese games. Oh, they weren't. They weren't Angel Reese games. They were Indiana Fever games. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't do it.
When league executives see these numbers, they are not looking at a passing trend. They are seeing a sustainable business opportunity. Franchises that once struggled with tight margins now have a clear path to financial growth. The question isn't if they should capitalize on Clark's drawing power, but how fast they can secure bigger venues before someone else does. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's off-court ventures tell a different story. Her participation in the unrivaled 3x3 league didn't exactly set viewership records on fire. Reports suggest she barely moved the needle. The contrast is striking. While Clark's presence alone is forcing venue upgrades in multiple cities, Reese's star power hasn't translated into the same commercial success.
She is just not a needle mover like Caitlin Clark is. Now, is she a great player? Yes, she is phenomenal. But she is not Caitlin Clark. She's not even nowhere near on Caitlin level. She's not on her level financially. She's not on her level impact-wise. And she damn sure ain't on her level on the basketball court. Because we seen that happen last year when Caitlin won Rookie of the Year. Like, it's okay, bro. It is okay for her to be second fiddle.
Fan reactions to these venue changes have been predictably divided. Clark supporters highlight the undeniable economics, while Reese defenders cry favoritism. One viral tweet summed up the debate perfectly. Funny how they never moved Angels games to bigger arenas when she was breaking records, but the minute Clark comes to town, suddenly they need 20,000 seats. The tweet conveniently ignored a key fact: ticket demand, not record-breaking, drives these business decisions. Another fan fired back. Maybe if Angel focused less on who's getting attention and more on developing a reliable jump shot, she wouldn't have to worry about venue sizes. Ouch! But perhaps the most telling response came from a longtime Chicago fan. I've been a Sky supporter for years, but couldn't get tickets to the Fever games last season. Now, with the United Center move, I finally can. How is giving more fans access to women's basketball a bad thing?
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
Let's be real. Chicago's move to the United Center isn't a slight against Angel Reese. It's just business. The economics of women's basketball are finally catching up to what fans have been saying with their wallets and attention all along. Social media is buzzing with reactions that confirm what's already clear. This venue change is a direct acknowledgement of Caitlin Clark's undeniable star power. While Angel continues to position herself as an equal draw, Caitlin simply lets her game do the talking. Basketball analysts are now echoing what many fans already believe. Reese would be better served embracing the competitive nature of the league and focusing on elevating her game rather than making comparisons. The real question isn't whether people watch for Angel too, but whether she'll use this moment as motivation to improve instead of fuel for complaints. Sometimes, the hardest truth to accept is the one staring back at you in the box scores and attendance figures. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. See you in the next one.